What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. Road to 700 subscribers, of course. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Jimmy Butler and the Golden State Warriors. And if you don't know, Jimmy Butler has torn his ACL, and Jimmy Butler is now out for the whole entire season. And it sucks because it feels like the Warriors was just finding their rhythm. Like, I felt like they were playing their best basketball over the last couple games with some great quality wins, and now Jimmy going down, and this really, I want to know what's next. Like, how do the Warriors get some help around Stephen Curry now? Because it was reported that they don't even want to trade for Michael Porter Jr. Now everything's probably out of the window for what they pictured this season looking like, with Jimmy Butler being out for the foreseeable future, and obviously Jimmy Butler being 36 years old, and Jimmy Butler coming back when he's 37. This doesn't look good for the Golden State Warriors, and it just sucks for Jimmy Butler because Jimmy Butler was actually having an okay season, a bounce back season from last year, from him saying he had no joy, and this season him looking motivated. This is his best season in 3 years, since the 2023-2024 season. So it should just show how much fun Jimmy Butler was having with this Golden State Warriors roster. And this Golden State team is right now, sorry, I just had this pulled up, but they are 3 games behind the 6th seed getting out of this play-in spot. And it just sucks because when you see a team like the Golden State Warriors, obviously in the Western Conference, you have to fight for everything you have. And right now they're behind the Suns by 2 games, even with the Suns getting Jalen Green back tonight. They're behind the Lakers, who the Lakers have been stinking and on a losing streak recently. So the Warriors could possibly pass up them. So it just sucks because the 8th seeded Warriors losing their second best player, it doesn't look good. They beat the Warriors. I mean, what am I talking about? They beat the Heat yesterday, who obviously Bam Adebayo was player of the week last week, completely shut him down. They beat the Hornets, the rising hot Hornets. They beat the Knicks, obviously. Not really a win, I guess, a great win, even though it seems like a great win. But the Knicks have been bad recently. They beat the Trailblazers. So I just feel like this Warriors team in the month of January has been looking really good. And they've been obviously blowing out of the waters, from which their December run, they were not good in December at all. I just had the thought that this team was letting down Stephen Curry. Now, I had that thought too, but it really wasn't as bad as it was in December or even in November. And Jimmy Butler being this player that is 36 years old and he turns 37 in September, I'm just worried about his future. But even though Jimmy Butler doesn't rely on athleticism to play his brand of basketball, I just wonder how he's going to look like also on the defensive side of the ball, because as we all know, Jimmy Butler is a two-way type of guy. Obviously, when you tear your ACL or you tear anything, you're going to lose a step. It's non-negotiable. And he's not as young as you want to be. Not saying you want to tear your ACL, but you're not as youthful, or you're not as young as you once was, so you're not going to be able to come back from this so easily as like a Jason Tatum. Like, for example, Jason Tatum plans on playing basketball this season. I still don't know how that's going to happen. Kyrie Irving tore his shit in March, and he's still not coming back till mid-February. So it's looking at Jimmy Butler tearing his shit in January and him possibly not playing basketball till 2027. And that's crazy to me, bro. Like, I don't know. All of these injuries in the NBA, I don't know. It's something wrong. But Jimmy Butler, obviously, this season is averaging 20 points per game, 5.5 rebounds and 5 assists, shooting 51% from the field and 37.5% from 3. His highest 3-point season since 24-25. 24-25 on the Heat, where he played 25 games. So that's not really a huge sample size, but this is his highest 3-point season since the 23-24 season, when he shot 41% from the 3. Wow, Jimmy Butler shot. That's crazy, man. But looking at Stephen Curry, I just feel bad for Steph, because Steph is having one of the best seasons of his career, and Jimmy Butler going down for injury doesn't help that at all. I wonder what's next for this Golden State Warriors team. Without Jimmy, it's going to be hard for them to put together games, because obviously Jimmy was that player that Steph could rely on to get to the free throw line, get some points on the board. Now you don't really have that anymore. It's the same basically before they traded for Jimmy Butler, but at least you had Andrew Wiggins at the time. Now they don't even have Andrew Wiggins, and Jimmy Butler's injury causes them to set back because Jimmy Butler is still on a huge contract for the next 3 years. So it's looking at what's going to happen with this Golden State Warriors team and how do they construct this roster so they don't fall down on the standings. Because, like I said, the West is a dogfight. The Portland Trailblazers are 2 games behind. The Clippers, that I thought wouldn't get back, they're 3 games behind. So it's looking at all of these teams in the Western Conference, and we knew coming out of the gates the West would be a fight. It's going to be a fight to get in the play-in, and it's going to be a fight to get in the playoffs. So obviously the Warriors losing their second best player is not great at all, but I just hope Jimmy Butler could come back better than he once was, even if he's the age of 37, even if people try to say that it's not good for an aging player coming off a torn ACL to obviously still compete at the highest level. But we don't know. We won't know. And only the future could hold for what is going to happen with the Golden State Warriors, because I do think without Jimmy, I don't think, like, let's say this, I don't think the Warriors were going to be a great championship contending team even if Jimmy Butler was still healthy. But Jimmy Butler still helps that out, and you still get another piece to bring in to put next to Steph and Jimmy. Now you don't even have that option anymore. You just have Stephen Curry. You have to find a system that works. And I saw some shit where somebody asked Steve Kerr whether he was going to play Jonathan Kuminga now. He said, yeah, absolutely. It's whether Jonathan Kuminga wants to play there. I feel like that's really the question. You should ask Jonathan Kuminga whether Jonathan Kuminga is going to play. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm done with the Jonathan Kuminga situation. I think a lot of people are, because Jonathan Kuminga hasn't played in 3 months. But looking at Jimmy Butler and looking at Stephen Curry, we only got to see this duo for 1.5 seasons, and not even 1.5. Yeah, basically 1.5. But when you're looking at, obviously, the Golden State Warriors, you're looking at Draymond, who obviously has to step up now, but he really hasn't been having a good season. But before his injury, or when he was injured yesterday, he had 20 points. That was the best game I've seen out of Draymond this season. But obviously, LJ Cryer, Steph Curry, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Buddy Hield, Al Horford, Trace Jackson Jr., Kuminga, Lennons, or whatever, DeAnthony Melton, Moses Moody, Gary Payton, Brandon Podjetsky, Quentin Post, Will Richard, Guy Santos, and Pat Spencer. This isn't a good roster, I'm not going to lie to you. And it just sucks to see a player that's been playing great, or playing good actually. I was sleeping on Jimmy Butler. I was talking to my friend yesterday talking about the Golden State Warriors, but it just sucks that the Warriors start playing some good basketball and they finally get back to obviously winning games, because they were on a losing streak in December, and then now it being the halfway point of the season and them losing the second best player, them losing the player that they traded for last trade deadline, and them not really, I feel like right now at this very moment, January 20th at 11:40 p.m., that they are basically not contenders anymore, and that just sucks to see. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about the Jimmy Butler ACL injury, and y'all let me know how y'all feel about the Warriors. Do y'all think the Warriors can still compete without Jimmy Butler, or do y'all think, or what do y'all think, what moves do the Warriors have to do now? Let me know down below. Subscribe. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And there's a video right here. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it if you like this one. And the channel icon's right there if you want to just check out the channel in general. And yeah, leave a like too, because it really helps the algorithm push me out. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching this video nonetheless.